Okay, we made it to Dow's with 28%. With 142 kilowatts, Dow's, Iowa. Very nice. Okay, I've been charging for 35 minutes and I'm already up to almost 90%. It says 5 minutes remaining. We got plenty to make it to Shelby, so I'm gonna take off. To the Shelby, Iowa supercharger. Just thought I'd show what my stats are since last charge. 175 miles, 48 kilowatt hours, 271 watt hours per mile. Okay, we made it to Shelby, Iowa. Just plugged in. Got here with 22%. And it's starting to ramp up. It says we need 30 minutes of charge to get to Grand Island, Nebraska. And I need a restroom break and a cup of coffee. Good charge speed, 143 kilowatts, 585 miles per hour of charge. Okay, made it to Grand Island, Nebraska with 16% remaining, 6:42 p.m. All right, we're gonna plug in. At the supercharger in Grand Island, Nebraska. You can hear all these trucks idling around me. Okay. Oh, that might not be right. Let's see. Estimated charge time. Oh yeah, 40 minutes. I don't normally want to charge above 90%, but I'm just going to set it to 100 because we might need a little extra for this next leg. Okay, just started driving out of Grand Island, Nebraska, heading west. It was 184 miles from Grand Island to the next supercharger. Let's see if I can pull that up here. There's the next one in Oglala.
But now you're making myself crazy. Out of my mind, out of my mind. Wrote it down and read it out. hoping it would save me.
Oglala, Nebraska, 143 kilowatts. I pulled in with 16% battery. So I just need a little bit more to get to my overnight hotel tonight in Brush, Colorado, which is just over 100 miles away. Okay, I'm just leaving Oglala, Nebraska, headed for Brush, Colorado. Left here with 79%. And it's 121 miles an hour, 40 minutes to go. It says we'll arrive at 12:01. I think there's a time change in here somewhere though, so I think we might arrive like an hour earlier than that. This charge only costed me $5. How about that? All right, see you there. Okay, just arrived to Brush, Colorado with 20% battery. It's 10:57 p.m. 142, 143. Okay, I've been at Brush Supercharger for 30 minutes since 10:56, 32 minutes now. And we went from 19% to 86%, added 50 kilowatt hours. 50 kilowatt hours of energy in 32 minutes. That's pretty good if you ask me. I'm just trying to get enough energy so I can use Sentry mode overnight and then go to the Silverthorne Supercharger tomorrow. Okay, have a good night. Alright, this is my room at the Brush, Colorado Microtel Hotel. And there's my car over there. Way over there in the distance. Okay, good morning from Brush, Colorado. Today we're gonna go try to make it to St. George, Utah. The first stop is gonna be Silverthorne Supercharger, and that's gonna be up mountains we gotta climb about 5,000 feet from there, here to there. Over here, and the charger that we're going to is up in the mountains over here at 9,000 feet, and we got to go through Denver along the way. So it says we're going to get to Silverthorne at 18%. So we'll see if we actually get there with 18% or if we need to use some more of that buffer. All right, I'll keep you updated. Here we go. I just noticed something. So I went to the trip charts, and it looks like the first half of the trip, 2/3 of the trip is relatively flat, and then the next part of the trip you see those jagged lines. I think that's the computer taking into account the elevation changes and the fact that we're going to be going up and down the hill. Currently just cruising on our way to Denver. We've got about maybe 60 miles to go to get to Denver. Okay, it said we made it to Silverthorne with 16% battery after driving 115 miles. It said we were going to get 18% at first, but I was hammering the last few miles. So I was pretty happy with this result. It's very, very accurate. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in. Okay, just leaving Silverthorne, Colorado. Gonna try to go all the way to Utah. Got 92% charge, and it says we're gonna arrive in Green River, Utah with 8% battery. So we'll try and see how that works out. 11:43 a.m. and it's 72 degrees outside. Nice day. All right, talk to you later. Arrived in Vail. Look at these lodges. Amazing. This these mountain lodges. Be nice to stay there sometime. 270 miles to get to Green River, Utah from Silverthorne, Colorado. That's a little bit too far for my liking because it says now stay below 75 miles an hour to reach destination. And it says we're going to get there at 5%, which is just a little bit too low for my liking. So I think I'm just going to stop at a different supercharger. So I'm going to just stop at the one before that and just get a quick top up and then stop in Green River, Utah, or just skip that supercharger and go to the next one. So, but for now, I'm just going to go a little bit faster than the speed limit so I can keep moving along, and I'll stop whenever I need to. I just pulled into Glenwood Springs, Colorado for a quick top up so that I can make it to Moab without any issues. Nice place here, nice day. I was going to go all the way from Silverthorne to Green River, Utah, but it was 270 miles and it was a little bit too far for my, the battery would have been a little bit too low for my taste. So I'm just going to top up here for 15 minutes and then I'll be on my way. Arrived here with 65% and right now it's 81%. Once it gets to 85 or so, we'll head out. Okay, it says we'll get there with 14% right now. That's a little low, so I'm just going to go ahead and get a couple more percent. Just so we can have a buffer and drive a little bit faster. And let's see what the total trip looks like here. Total trip is 185 miles, so this leg is going to be about 3 hours long, or maybe at least 2.5 hours long, from Glenwood Springs, Colorado to Green River, Utah. Planning on staying in St. George tonight. Since coming down from the top of the mountains, we went 95 miles and used 215 watt hours per mile. That's pretty good, considering I was going 75 miles an hour. Okay, I'll give you another update later. As of right now, it says we're going to arrive with 18% battery, but I think it doesn't know that there's a little bit of a headwind today. There's about 5 to 7 miles an hour of headwind, so that's going to affect my consumption. I think we'll have maybe closer to 10% when we get there. Plus I'm going to drive a couple miles an hour over the speed limit, so that's why I have a 17%, 18% buffer. Alright, I'll update you once we get to Green River, Utah. Arriving in Grand Junction, Colorado. Western Colorado, just past Grand Junction. About to cross into Utah. Very wide open spaces. Okay, just made it to Green River, Utah. We were supposed to get here with, I think, 19%, and we got 5% because of the very strong headwinds. About 20 miles per hour, I would say, headwinds, 15 to 20 miles per hour, so 301 watt hours per mile was. Okay, I decided to stop at Richfield, Utah. We got a 30%, we arrived here with 30%. And depending on where I decide to stop will determine how much power I need to charge here. So I'm gonna take a look at the map and see. I'm gonna stay overnight in St. George, Utah tonight, so I wanna see if I can go all the way over there. St. George is 141 miles. That's not too far. I just need to stay here for probably get 80% or so. So it says to get from Richfield to St. George. So I've got 32% battery, and it says a minus 22 at St. George. That means I need about 54% battery to get there. So if I charge to like 80, I should be able to make it no problem. That'll give me a nice 20% buffer. Okay, I just switched stalls because 2B was only giving me about 79 kilowatts. So now we switched to 1B. Let's see what this one does. Okay, this one's much, much, much better. Oh yeah. Okay, got up to 83% in Richfield, Utah. And we're gonna go to 168 miles to get to St. George, and that's gonna be my night. And before I go to the hotel though, I'm gonna go to the supercharger and charge. It says we're gonna get to the supercharger at 9:28. Probably charge to 85% or so, and then we'll go to the hotel. Should get to the hotel by 10:30. All right, taking off. See you on the road. Goodbye, Richfield, Utah. It's been fun. Got my Subway, and I'm gonna eat. Alright, arrived in St. George, Utah with 17% battery, which is very close to what we predicted. And I was driving fast, very, very fast. And 77%, but that should still be enough to get us where we need to go. So the first stop is going to be Las Vegas, 29% battery, okay. And it's 127 miles, okay. Let's head out. St. George, Utah.
Now turn left onto East.
I remember that dream like candlelight, like a dream that you can't quite place. Yeah. I'll never forget the first time I saw your face.
It's been framed with a key and a kite. You see it, right? The conversation lasted 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. Everything we said in
Wow, just passed into Arizona from St. George, Utah. Yeah, the scenery is amazing. Made it to downtown Las Vegas. Decided to stop in downtown Las Vegas for a supercharge. Got here with 32%. I'm gonna go get something to eat. Downtown Las Vegas, starting the charge. See how fast these charges are. I have 32%, so I probably won't get a max rate, but 106, yeah, that's pretty good. I'll go with that. All right, I'm gonna go find something to eat. Okay, just finished charging in Las Vegas downtown, 88% on the charge, and because I just finished eating. I'm gonna go down to Baker because I want to see the new supercharger with 40 stalls. I've never been to a supercharger with that many stalls. It's only 80 miles away. I don't need the charge, but I just want to see how big it is and what it looks like. So I'm gonna head over there. Just arrived at the 40 stall supercharger in Baker, California. Very nice. The first one I plugged into, this one here, 20B, was not working, so I moved over to 15B and it's working just fine.